from the Crazy Picker Life, and next to me,
Wheeler.
My son Wheeler. This is episode 11. We are towards the end of April, and we are bringing you our weekly picking life. We went on vacation and went picking, did some things around the office, brought home a whole bunch of
cameras.
Surprise, surprise. We brought home some cameras. We had a real good picking time, and so we will roll the week. I think there's a good chance I will stick another video in there that somehow got waylaid, but it shows the U-line boxes coming off the truck.
Yep.
I'll have to take a look at that, but that may be shoved in here even though it happened a few weeks ago. I don't know how that got missed.
Nope, I just figured he didn't want it anymore. Didn't seem to be happy with it.
Well, I don't know. Some things get shoved by the wayside.
Yep.
Okay, on with the show. Let's take a time out and sort some flash bulbs.
Okay.
So,
dealer.
We used to buy flash bulbs.
Yep.
All the time when we saw them, we got excited about them. And then we found out that, some are good and some are...
Yeah. No, we always knew about them. And we always pick them up for as cheap as we can get them, and then we can lot them up and sell them.
Well, but recently we don't pick them up anymore unless it's big quantities.
Yeah. No, we never picked them up, though. Just by themselves.
Yeah. Well, no. So this
this
bunch of them came with some other stuff and was in bags of cameras and things like this. And so this is not quite as much as I thought we had.
Yep.
It's still a lot, but this is mostly... We like this stuff. How long ago did we lot up a bunch more? Wasn't that long ago.
No idea, but yeah, 4 months, 5 months ago.
4 months or 5 months ago, we lotted up and made like, I don't know, 20, 30 lots. And that was most of the, what I would call the good stuff that we bought in boxes, or came like, we had like 2 boxes that were just packed solid.
Yep.
Full of them. This is kind of the loose stuff that we've accumulated over the last year. And again, this would come in camera bags, loose, onesie, twosie, boxy, here, there, box there. 3, 4 boxes sometimes, some big ones, and then just some miscellaneous stuff that we stuffed in. So our goal is to go through all this, and a couple of film spools we'll have to pull out of there.
Yep. Go
through all this and lot them up into like types and make the money out of here and sell them. And so we've got some totes set aside. We're going to spend a few minutes going through and trying to get this ready to list.
Yep.
Anything else?
Nope.
Let's sort it out. One.
It's a dud. It's a dud.
Wow, that was anti...
No, this thing isn't. I think my light bulb unit here is.
That was anticlimactic.
Clicker's not working right. Oh, let's see. What does it say? Clicking one port. Transformer port.
This is technical difficulties in our surprise. That was great. Well, so anyway, we sorted these. We took off all the boxes on the ones that we get a lot of them in regular sizes. Okay, pretend like we were just coming back, and you're going to be surprised now.
Okay.
Okay, well.
It's broken.
There we go.
You got power, it has power.
Yeah. So we got all the boxes out of there, and then we took all the bulbs and sorted them pretty much by bulb type. You're going to have to look these up. You're going to have to do a little study, and if you want to do something like this, Wheeler is able to sort these like, you know, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, whatever.
Yeah.
So, you know, again, why are some more desirable than others?
Well, some are produced more, and some were produced less, and some go to more desirable cameras, and some go to less, and some like there's more cameras they fit and some less. So it's supply and demand.
It's supply and demand. Some people are still using
and that failed.
Certain ones. Yeah, you're gonna probably start us on fire.
Yeah.
So again, it wasn't quite as many as we thought here. This will make some nice lots, and I don't know what the estimate is here. There's a few $100s here maybe. So that's worth doing. And we will get rid of the trash and go on.
Yep.
Okay, flashbulb Johnny. Flashbulb Wheeler. Wheeler Bulb Man. Okay, bye.
First waterfall of the day, named Rose Emma Falls, after two sisters, Rose and Emma.
Wheeler and Banana Wheeler checking out the mountain. Hey Wheeler.
What? Oh, hi, what's up?
I bet you folks on the Greasy side are wondering if you're going to get to see anything today. Well, folks, as a matter of fact, we're approaching a waterfall that is higher than Niagara Falls.
What do you think, Samuel?
So get ready for a real Kodak moment, folks.
What do you think, sis?
Now passing by the front.
You like it?
Mini knockoff falls, which means laughing or dancing water.
Getting up there. More at the top.
Water rain clouds. That is one of the world's largest ponderosa pine forests, known as the Black Forest. And way out there on the horizon line, when you see the southern future, why not tell them that they're looking right out onto the edge of the great state of Kansas.
There goes Wheeler, looking for his wallet. He climbed up some of this a little while ago and took a tumble. Lost his wallet. Good luck, Wheeler.
Mama!
Oh, goodness.
Mommy, sexy mommy. I'll bring you sexy mommy. Oh! Mommy almost got it, One more for mommy.
Picking's done. We have fun.
You are also good job, mommy.
Here he comes.
Sam, give him some more.
Here he comes. Oh, they're all. Oh, we gotta wait till he licks it.
Look how fast he went.
Here's a big one.
Look at all these.
Sam, get right in there with these girls and just hold it up. Get right in here. Go ahead, right here.
Lily's going right up to it.
Hold it up, Sam. Hold it up. Hi. Hold it up so he can get it. He just curls it in there. Hold it up for him, Sam.
Sam, isn't this cool? Yeah.
Wheeler, you survived Colorado Springs.
Yeah, I fell off Pike's Peak, but other than that, I'm fine.
We'll probably talk
We'll
about
talk about that, yeah.
in our commentary. Well, this is what it's like vacationing with the Wheeler and Dealer family. We're all in there. We got about 50-50 our stuff and 50-50 personal gear and 50-50 bought goods. You'll get to see the bought goods soon. You really can't see the whole thing because I've had to put all that stuff to the bottom and then the suitcases and food and stuff on top.
Yep, we even took a seat on it. It still couldn't fit all.
Took what?
Took a seat out.
Yeah, we have one of the seats out. Well, we knew that going in.
Yep.
Okay.
Fit everybody.
Super van backed up and ready to unload. We've got 90-95% of the personal stuff out of there and back at home with the family. And now all the stuff you see is going to be business stuff, or at least most of it. I'd go closer to the van, but the sun is shining right in here, and so I don't want to blind everybody. On with the unload. The owl says it's time to go make the donuts. It's usually pretty quiet this time of morning. Good early morning training for whatever, I guess. Not bad in the spring and summer. Not too great in the winter. Gonna be time to get to work here. Once I get warmed up, it's not too bad. Once I get in the groove, it's not too bad. Definitely rolling out of bed and getting going. Takes a little getting used to. Probably can't hear the owl, but he's out here. Start to work. Okay, so one thing challenging about Monday morning, and I can come into the office. I don't generally work Sundays. In fact, I don't work Sundays. About the only thing I do occasionally is I'll unload some stuff just so I can have my van freed up. For Monday, Monday tends to be a butt kicker, and it's a good thing, you know, go away for the weekend, spend some money, have some fun with the family, and then have a whole bunch of orders waiting. So certainly not complaining. It's a little like this though. I mean, if somebody wants to give you gold coins, it'd be nice if they handed them to you. Monday morning, sometimes it feels like you get the gold coins and it's a bag full in the face. And so there is a little sock in the face. Again, not complaining. It's the way it's got to be. When you run your own business, it certainly is not linear. Many of you know this. I like Monday mornings. I don't know if you can see the thickness of these orders I just printed out. This is pretty typical. If I don't work a Saturday, it's only 24 hours worth. This is about 3 days worth of orders. We had some of our auctions down for a day and a half, and I made sure that we weren't going to get completely buried. It's close to 50 or 50, 51 orders. And so I'm at about 4 a.m.-ish. I've got about 4 hours to make a good super dent until I've got to get back to my daily chores and daily schooling and all that kind of stuff and start my day at home. So let's get some orders packed. I'm not going to show any of this. Someday I might do some time lapse on picking, packing orders. I just haven't got everything sorted out yet. Okay, let's get going. This is why we've got to clean out the van right away. Things come in, things go out. So I got all the orders done for today. Make my trip into the post office. I've got 4 totes that are smaller packages. Got a good stack of about 7 of these big priority boxes. Oddball, and then there's a couple of UPSs in the back. So I think all told we're just peaking somewhere between 50 and 55 orders today. Good Monday. Still working. Okay, well, we finally got everything unpacked. We thought about doing a time lapse for unpacking it onto the table, but it's the next day and dealer here is like half asleep, so
Try to get the show out too, you know.
well, I don't know. He just dealer fell asleep at the wheel, but at least I wasn't really behind the wheel.
Yep.
Okay, so this is what $3,000
We'll buy you.
buys you when Wheeler and Dealer go Mad Dog picking.
Yep.
And we'll go over some of these things individually in a minute. Which side do you want to start on? Way down there?
Let's start over here and get to the more exciting stuff here.
Okay, so I guess we can talk a little bit about how many hours we put in picking. Let's see, we put in really an hour on Thursday.
Yep.
Pretty good afternoon on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was really only 3 hours.
Yeah, that wasn't too
And
crazy.
Saturday probably turned out to be about 5 hours. So this was good concentrated picking, and we had some idea what we were going to do. We went to the flea market in Colorado Springs, and we had some other spots picked out.
Yep.
We
Wasn't expecting to find this much stuff, but we
no. I mean, we always
stuff.
seem to find pretty good stuff, but this turned out to be a pretty good, solid haul.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I started out. I didn't get as much stuff as Wheeler, which sometimes is the case. I have little picks throughout the year that are dissociated from cameras, and then we really have about 2 big picks plus Wisconsin, where I buy all kinds of beer signs a year for my stuff. So I didn't get as much. I got a nice Budweiser flag for $5. Those are always good. It's in good shape. I got some beer signs here. I got a Miller one, and I got a Budweiser Clydesdale light up one. That's pretty nice. Haven't looked any of these up. Got a really cool Fujifilm double-sided lit up film sign for $37, and that's pretty good from where we bought it from. We bought it from Cadillac something there.
Yeah.
Before you get in there to
crazy place.
Colorado Springs. Yeah, he had just hundreds of cool signs.
Multiple billboards.
Had to get to Space 3D Chess, Risk and Castle Risk. We've never played Castle Risk. Axis and Allies. So some of these games we'll play ourselves. Some I'll sell if they're worth anything. Axis and Allies is. Got my wife the Packer thingy. I'm going to have to find a place to hang that up. Bought only one Mega Jack Daniels belt buckle for $6.
Little old Canon calculator in there too.
Old Canon calculator. Those little calculators got a pretty good collector's market.
Yep. Especially the older ones, because the ones from the 80s and 90s not as much.
You'll never know what I might buy. I bought a tap die collection for, I don't know, I guess $10. So that lotted up. There should be either something in there or the lot is going to sell for more than that. That's my hunch anyway. I don't know for sure. Banana Peeler bought a couple little kits, and some of those go good and some of those don't. Bought a multimeter kit, and I've sold those before. Got that for $5, the whole kit. Let's see, what else did I get? Now I got a camera thrown in on the beer deal. So that's really about it for me right here. So just talk about this box, and we got a lot of boxes of random stuff where we kind of looked in there and threw a number at it. And why do we turn out good on those usually?
Well, I think that's a really good strategy. It's kind of like the same thing with the storage unit, sight unseen, whatever. If you just look through the box for like a second and then throw the guy a number, he knows that you didn't like sift through it and know what the value is there anyway, so you might be more likely to get a better deal on it.
A lot of times they don't really know what's in there.
Yep.
And we don't really know what's in there, but we spot enough stuff from the door of the storage unit to give a good number, and 99 out of 100 times you're good enough to...
Yep. In specific, I actually saw these here, which I just listed a couple of these new old stock versions, and they're listed up for between 50 and 100. So I realized that pays for the whole box right there, and then everything else in there, which I saw some other good stuff is.
I don't remember what we paid for the box. It might be 50 or 60 or 40 or something like that. We got some new in the case VHS tapes for cheap.
Dealer's back at it again.
Well,
I actually encourage them this time.
The case is it's Pro 120, so I'm hoping it's a Pro quality. I don't know.
Who knows?
Should be an Amazonable thing for a few bucks.
Yep.
Some weird kind of condenser lens.
Yep.
Mishmash of tripods,
flash units, crazy
units.
stuff.
Now, 99% of flash units are worth nothing.
Yep. But these in particular I've picked out, and those are pretty good ones.
Pro level or
Name
high,
brand.
high consumer name brand.
Not a lot of off-brand ones are worth much.
Sort
There's
of
a few in there.
Manfrotto Amazonable thing in
Yep.
there. All right, back there is part 1 of Film Lot.
Oh, some nice box lens hoods here that are worth big bucks.
Yeah.
But a couple things. I'm not sure where the others of those ended up.
Well, they ended
they
up
are
over
right there.
here.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't get them all out of there. But
Got
what's
some
with
in
the,
the
what's
boxes,
with the
that's good.
film there then?
Just a gajillion rolls of different 35mm film, and we got this SP800 battery holder thrown in, which I know is $30. So
Yeah. So we sort the film out and lot it up and go, right?
Yep.
So what is this?
I'm not exactly sure what it's used for,
CPE2.
but it's made by Jobo, which is a pretty big film processing brand made in the Federal Republic of Germany, and it's like some sort of film developing thing. Not entirely sure.
Yeah, and it's supposed to work. It's
nice shape. It has like an upgrade tank, he said, so that's supposed to.
Yeah, it'll be good money.
So
Lots and lots of stands, including Minolta, Minox, Leica, which anything leaky, lakey, lukey is usually pretty desirable.
One's there.
We paid $75 for probably what, 40 stands?
Yeah, that's what he estimated at.
And so $2 a stand. I would say, what's our average for selling those?
Probably 20.
Probably 20 average.
And these ones might even be a little bit higher than that.
Because there's Minolta, which is expired, and so the Minolta collectors can kind of be wacko. Leica stuff is always good. What's this little...
That's a Hasselblad cut film back for their V-system cameras. They're actually pretty uncommon. Very few on eBay. But these are the little septums that hold the film, and I actually didn't know a lot about these, but I bought them just for the dark slides because I know the dark slides are worth just that. So
yeah. So we got a little lot of that stuff.
Yep, and I know those are pretty good now. I look them up. So.
Got some filters.
Filters.
Some are good, some are not. Got some ink, some professional ink, and we looked a couple of those up, and we didn't pay much. So
there's
that
the Epson Stylus Photo R2400 or whatever. You know, there's some better end stuff in there. It's photo ink. It's not just.
Yeah, I don't usually like buying ink anymore because it's gone, but there still are some inks that are.
And all the top, like I don't know if one top photo printer that actually still uses laser. It's all ink still. So
I don't know what that is, but some
Safe Light.
Safe Light. There's a whole bunch of lens hoods that you picked out. Now there's Film Lot 2. We paid up on that one.
Yep, this stuff in here is really high end stuff. It's like large format, medium format, and just in general really high end. Old film, it's that kind of stuff.
Now film is crazy. There's probably 100 pieces of film in there.
Yep.
And probably 20 or 30 of them are really good. But we paid how much for that? $325.
Yeah.
That seems like a lot of money.
It does.
But you're telling me there's a few $100 pieces in there, and there's a bunch of $50 pieces.
Yep.
So we should triple.
That's exactly it. Yep.
Okay.
That or more, because I haven't looked through it all yet, so there's probably unknowns in there.
What you looked at, you liked.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And hopefully it's all sealed.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where all this other stuff has its high points, and there is good money in all this camera gear or camera related gear. Here's the bulk of the money we spent, and here's the bulk of the return. Is that more or less right?
Yep, and I'd say this is our bread and butter stuff, and even in this stuff's case, it's actually higher than most of our bread and butter stuff we pick up. I'd say the average selling price just from here up is probably $125.
Yeah.
Maybe even a little bit higher than that.
There's some really good lenses in there. There's actually some really good cameras in there. There's at least 2 or 3 $500 lenses. Is that right?
That's true.
We got the one. Actually, picked that up at a pawn store.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't buy the warranty on it. We paid $200 for it. It should be $400 or $500.
Yep.
And then there's that weird lens board that's kind of an unknown, and some of these big donkeys are pretty good.
Yeah.
Didn't you say there's a $100 lens cap or a $50 lens cap there?
Should be around $50, maybe a little bit more, depending. But yeah, no, like the standard lens cap on there goes for $20, and that's the rare, the early.
So, do you want to pull anything out of here and talk about it briefly? Well,
we got some 4/3 stuff here in a box, and this stuff here is actually like half-frame sensor digital stuff, and though it's a little bit outdated, there's still a cult following for that kind of stuff. Like, that stuff goes. Same with this thing here, the E1. That's their pretty much indestructible camera. They have those in Saudi Arabia and stuff, and they go through basically anything. They're ridiculously weather sealed. The first weather sealed camera that really could hold up to anything. Okay. So that's pretty interesting.
It was either that TopCon or it was that one. We got it at a thrift store.
Yep,
the thrift store had absolutely nothing you would ever want except this weird Practica, and we haven't looked it over 100%.
Carl Zeiss Biogon lens on there, so that makes it.
Yeah. So what are we? They wouldn't come off the price of 75.
Nope.
But the lens could be 300.
Yeah. Lens is a real good one.
I mean, it's at least a couple hundred.
Carl Zeiss Biogon something or other.
Okay, bounce grip, some other sort of bulk. What is that thing?
8mm film reels, 400 feet, 200 pieces in cases.
Yeah, we would never buy something like that
Made
if
in
you're
Sweden.
onesie, twosie, but a case like that is easy to deal with, and the price was right.
You probably buy like Kodak or metal ones, but plastic, I'm always a little bit more skeptical as they came out in the 90s, and obviously not quite as
some
sturdy.
old flash stuff. Pull out that piece that made this little.
Oh yeah.
I think we paid $40 for this, or $50, but then they had this weird
Hasselblad bracket,
and somebody or buddies out there are just drooling to find that kind of. You're pulling it closer to me, and I'm trying to back up.
Yep.
So that that pays for that plus. Okay, we're back in the projector bulb business with a bazillion projector bulbs.
Pretty much.
You mentioned you spotted a couple in there that were good ones. We paid $70 for probably, good grief.
There's one of them right there.
You don't know for sure.
I do. Well, these two here.
You think you do, but
I just
there's
know
probably
the
500
like
bulbs here, 400 bulbs here, 500 bulbs here. We'll have Banana Peeler go through and find the 20 or 30 that are $20 or more, and then the rest of them will lot up. And so that'll be a real good deal. It's just you gotta have somebody that will look those up for you.
Yep.
Okay, so the highlight with this remaining 3 totes, it's just all bread and butter stuff. There are Leica leather cases and fitted cases down in there.
Battery charger in there, Leica too.
Probably about 10 of them.
Yeah.
And actually there's some potential good projector lenses there.
Yeah, I don't like projector lenses in general, but these I know go for a minimum of $40, and then this one's a real big, crazy oddball one, so I really have no idea what they'll go for, but I'd say at least 40, as much as 200 maybe.
And what's that other big thing next to it?
Crazy condenser unit. I'm not sure what that's going to go for, if any. Who knows?
We didn't pay a lot for it.
Nope.
And that's a miscellaneous. And then this is just dealer gone bad.
Yep.
This is a 5-piece stoplight that is taken apart, and it's got the arrows on one bottom side, and then this is another bottom side, and then there's a bracket that holds those together, and then the red's at the top. And I've got all the brackets to put them together. I don't know how I'll sell it. I can't really ship it together.
And 2 non-broken crossing signs in the brackets and everything, and then 2 like out of the casing ones that are a little bit broken.
Yeah, I paid, I think if I got anything else. I broke a neon letter that I got with this too. I paid $140 for all this. I'm going to make money because I know what this stuff goes for. I don't know why I keep buying crazy stuff, probably because I'm crazy.
Crazy picker life. We're here. We're there. We're crazy.
So anyway, man room stuff, crazy picker stuff. Always liking stuff like that.
Yep.
Okay. Any final words? So did we do well?
Yep. We did well.
It should be all told, when we're all done scraping the bottom of this lot, if I made an estimate, it should be $3,000, and it should be at least
5 times plus.
I was going to say 4 times, but at least 4 times our money, and probably more.
Yep.
Because we usually find some jewels in there too. Okay, that's the pick. mud. You usually have to climb up and turn that way. Okay. I don't know. Okay, well, we're going to do questions and answers, and this was recorded Tuesday night. We had a camera failure on Monday, and I wanted to do questions and answers so they don't stack up and so we don't leave anybody out. I don't know if you can see how mobile I am now, but I'm a novice and a newbie, but I've got my GoPro here fired up, and I don't know, you probably can't see it, it'd probably be really weird, but my iPhone is a viewfinder. This is just a little one here, and I know if I look into it you can see me, and I can do whatever I need to do with this selfie stick thing, which is ridiculous, but I keep looking over here because I'm looking at my monitor. So we'll make it work. Before these videos are better, they're going to get worse. So whatever. I realize that most of our content could be filtered down quite a bit, and so I'm working on doing some editing. And you know, stick with us. If you like our show, it'll get better. And if you don't like our show, you'll quit watching. And if you're new to our show, we do questions and answers and comments and all that kind of stuff. So if we grow, if our show grows and we get too many questions, I don't know what we're going to do. Maybe we'll have a one day a week we'll do questions. At this point, though, submit your questions and comments, and Wheeler and I, or myself or Wheeler, will answer them. So I've got a bunch of them here. Andy stated, loved the video, had a good laugh about the postage comment. Not sure if you mentioned this or not, but do you ship internationally? Looking forward to next week to see some of the finds. Andy, we do ship internationally. I use global shipping on a few items from our Northwest Kansas account, usually larger items. A lot of people don't want to do the global shipping on smaller items because it ends up costing more, and first class I think slips under the radar in a lot of places as far as taxes, import duty, that type of thing. I would estimate in our camera business probably 25-30% is of dollars would be going foreign. And I don't know if that fluctuates. I think shipping rates went up internationally recently. I think that slowed things down a little bit. Our sales really haven't slowed, so I don't know. I don't have stats on the percentage, but yeah, we've shipped to over 100 countries. Every once in a while we ship to one I haven't heard of, or an island or something off of a country that I haven't heard of. But if we did 6,000 packages last year, give or take, what's 25% of that? 25, 250 times 6. You know, we did 1,000 or more international packages, and probably only had trouble with maybe 10 or less. And a lot of times if there's trouble, what happens is it takes months and months and months and months sometimes, but they come back. And then we'll deal with them at that time. Usually I've given a refund at that point, and so that's that. Sometimes I get some back, and it, you know, it's just you can't contact the person, they don't respond. It's just weird. Okay, Andrew Cho made a comment about use hairspray or anything with an aerosol can, like Axe body spray, should get those permanent marker prices right off most surfaces. Resale Living also said, which is used to be Resale Rookie out there on the East Coast, also mentioned on those adult diapers, underwear packages, go purchase goof off wipes. It will Wipe the black marker off in like 2 seconds. Trust me, they work like magic on plastic. I use them all the time to remove marker. And then Tabitha Akers also mentioned on the adult underwear you can use Mr. Clean Magic erasers to wipe that magic marker off in like 2 seconds. Works on any plastic with magic marker markings. Hope that helps. Well, those are all good hints, and you know, I don't buy as much from thrift stores anymore. My thrift store in town, magic markers everything, and typically an eraser does a lot of it. But yeah, you're right, on the plastic, eraser doesn't work really well, and I need something to do that more in bulk. My diapers did sell. I doubled my money, bulked them out, doo-dah day. Glad I did that, but I will keep all of these ideas in mind if I start doing more of that kind of stuff. I really try not to clean up too much or buy items that need a lot of cleanup. I just like to do volume, and really I think it comes down to this: we spend enough time looking to find the highest quality stuff we can. Now, we don't do a lot of retail arbitrage. I don't buy a whole bunch of stuff that I could send to Amazon very easily. Camera stuff, we haven't ventured into Amazon for cameras yet. If my wife comes on and joins us, we may do some of that double dipping, because in reality, there's either software that will do that, where you can list things in 2 places at once, or we need somebody to track and remove things from the other side if it happens to sell on one platform. We want to remove it from another so that we don't have double sales. We have a little bit of that going on anyway with relisting and some weird returns and cancels and stuff, so I don't want to make too big of a thing, but I'm getting off track. I appreciate the comments about removing magic marker. Young32 asks, or comments, I'm enjoying the new day in the lifestyle videos. The sound when you are in your studio setup is louder than when you are walking around. I usually have to adjust the volume when you switch. I'm panning here for effect. Isn't that something? Whoa, I think I'm panning. Got to keep everybody's attention like some of these YouTube superstars. Whoa, you know, they're always doing fast moving and talking. Anyway, usually you have to adjust the volume when you switch between scenes. Is there any way to modulate that? Wow, I like that word, modulate. No biggie if not. Well, let me address that. There is, and you know, Wheeler does all this crazy editing, and he used to have Final Cut Pro, which is reasonably complex, and then he killed his Apple computer, and now he has something else on a computer that works most of the time. He can do that very, very readily. I played around with that a little bit tonight on the YouTube editor. The YouTube editor has some good features, but as far as I can tell, you can't really look at the volume and see the peaks and valleys or match it up. It's more like you run through clip by clip by clip, and you listen for the high ones and you reduce the volume down a little bit. And so I am shortly going to invest in a new computer and move my old computer to my packing area. When I do that, I think I'm going to get Final Cut Pro and learn how to use that, and then I'm assuming that I'll be able to do all kinds of cartwheels and things like that. You know, I don't have a problem learning software. I don't have a problem getting good at all that kind of stuff. It's the time factor, and so bear with me. But we'll try to keep the highs higher and the lows lower. Young32, I imagine you might be listening on headphones, and then you can really tell the difference between sound levels. So I appreciate what you're saying. Looking at the crack on my camera. It's not a crack. It's just the design. Okay. I see this light's always blinking at me. That tells me I'm live. Young32 continues on. More banana peeler, please. Well, Banana Peeler's a good kid, and helps out a lot around here. He's not here all the time. He's only here 1 or 2 days a week for limited hours. and he's camera shy. We ask him to get involved and things like that. He doesn't, you know, have the interactions with the business like Wheeler and I, of course, but you know, we'll include him as much as we can. Does Wheeler plan to go to college away? If so, what are your plans? Not sure if two guys could replace him. Well, that's true. There's no doubt about it. At this point, no plans for college. He's going to be a senior in high school next year, and we have a local college. My wife wants him to go there if he feels so inclined. I don't want to compare Wheeler to any of these people that dropped out of high school or college and you know, did real well as an entrepreneur. But after being his teacher for almost 11 years, although it'd be a good experience in some ways and all that, he's not that suited for typical classes and typical subjects. And so if it was me and my encouragement, I would encourage him lifelong learning, and I want to get him involved in some photography classes and some things like that, and some interactions. Obviously he's going to be making a lot more of his own choices, and in reality Wheeler's pretty independent, always has been, and so he gets involved in the things that he wants. So I don't know what he's going to do for college. I doubt he's going to go. I think he's going to be okay either way. So I don't know if that answers your question, and I am certainly not sure about the future for him. We are a stone's throw away from several places that have lots of good photography type situations, and I hope he does take advantage of some of those, because he does really like taking pictures as well. And being in a small town, he's got a chance to get some things in the newspaper here and some things like that, sporting events, all that kind of stuff. So, for example, we're going to be going hopefully this weekend down to a regional college track meet, and we're going to get him in the inner field there and let him take some pictures of all the athletes and stuff. And he just bought a new camera lens, and so he's going to really enjoy doing that. So this business could fund anything he wants to do. He is a hard worker. You're right. If I lose him, he's going to be hard to replace. But that's just how it goes. So, you know, as a dad, you gotta kind of let them go where they want to go. And as a business partner, I'm encouraging him to stay. So we'll see what happens. Supra Wes, did you buy those cameras on Tatooine, which I'm probably not pronouncing it correctly, even though I did see the original Star Wars when it came out in, I don't know, 1976, 7, whatever. Saw it 3 times in the theater when it first came out, but I still can't probably pronounce that. Wow, that's quite a dusting. So, yeah, these cameras that we bought that were dusty, we probably have 3 boxes of really dusty cameras. They were in a sort of a studio, coffee shop, camera studio, and they were on display for about 10 years. And Kansas and Nebraska, these are actually up in Nebraska, very, very dusty. Dust gets in everywhere, and it blows in. It blows in the cracks. We had an 80-mile-an-hour wind one time, and it blew up so much dust, like the Dust Bowl, that dust was coming in under our doors and through our window cracks, and it was just a mess. It was like a cloud. This dust is 10 years accumulation like that. Also with the coffee shop, I don't know if there was some moisture involved in the air or something like that, but yeah, pretty crazy. They might have been out displayed somewhere before that, I don't know. Super West says, I'll start researching and checking numbers on camcorders I see and do some research. Thanks for the tips. Good show and happy vacation. Thank you, Supra West. And Popular Picker said, hey, you're back. And we are back. Who does your shipping when you are out on picking trips, or do you put out your handling time? Well, I've tried a lot of different things when we go on trips. A lot of our trips are 1 or 2 days, and if we do a 1 or 2 day trip, I tend to leave everything running, and then I pack like mad when I come back. I don't do packing on Sundays, so no matter what, Mondays are heavy Monday morning. I continue to try to get our packing streamlined and our picking off the shelf streamlined, so I can do, 7, 8, 9, 10 packages an hour if they're reasonable things. I've got a lot of packing experience. If I go down or move on or go to college or something, it would be hard to replace me because I'm actually a pretty good packer. If we go longer, like this last vacation that you saw a few snippets on here, what I'll tend to do is stop all of our discount sales for a couple of days, and then I'll pick them up somewhere towards the end of the vacation so that most of the orders come to the end of the vacation, and then again I'll pack when I get back. We've tried longer handling times and then follow that up with an email that explains we're on vacation, and that's why we have the longer handling times. Most people like that. They thought that that was okay, and I don't know, I just didn't like, here's what I didn't like about it. I tried to switch all the auctions back to a regular 1 day or same day handling time, and it just didn't stick on all of them. And we found a whole bunch of them afterwards, for whatever reason, that still had 10-day handling time on them. And I think that turned off some of our buyers, because one of our things we do is normally shipping. So I've never tried that again. What I did this last time is, if we're gone, say 10 days, which does happen once in a while, I will shut everything off until about day 6, and then to make money, because every day we need to make money in sales, I'll turn it back on and I'll run a super sale for 4 days, and I'll just email people saying I'm going to be shipping from my super sale on this day, and then when I get back again, it's a big bust where I got to bust it out and get all those orders out. So there's no magic bullet that we do on the shipping. I'm hoping that some of my kids, as they come up, will want to do the shipping. I'd like to teach somebody as a backup. I'd like to do other things like picking than shipping. Listing and shipping and packaging and taking out the garbage and doing the taxes and vacuuming the floors and filling the water purifier and all that kind of stuff. I would love to farm most of that out. Bookkeeping. I'd like to be in the purchasing end, both for the business, and I'd like to go picking. That would be the dream. And then I could just come in and globally handle everything else. Maybe someday, but the way things usually work is I'll probably have to work myself pretty hard, and maybe in 5 to 10 years that's the dream. Especially if I want to keep it in the family. If I wanted to start hiring people outside and I wanted to pay up for some really good people, and I got some real good investors or funding to really pull that off, that would be another way to go. Have a team of maybe 6 or 8 quality adults that really could pull this thing off. But I don't know if I want to do that. I've tried that with other businesses, and although it was successful, it's a whole different level of stress and size and all that. So we'll just keep it like this. Okay, I can see that I talk a lot, and I'm approaching 20 minutes on the questions and answers. Please keep your questions coming, comments coming, and we will keep trying to improve our videos and show you the day-to-day life in the crazy picker arena. Take care and have a great week. By the way, there is some sort of an outro on the end of this, so hang on, keep going.
You're turning your body. You have to climb up and turn that way.